Buy to let, thatched, commercial. We're your high street insurance brokers for all types of insurance. Avoid faceless internet firms.
High House Insurance, do it face to face.
See Neil and the friendly team at High Street Selsey.
High House Insurance, do it face to face.
Or call Selsey 606 double.
Welcome to Selsey Internet Radio. I'm Emma Cawley and today we'll be having our usual interview. First of all, let's go over for our first interview, and it's with Glenda Baum, and she's part of Selsey Fitter Sitters, and she's talking all about her fantastic exercise class. Over to you, John.
Hugh Graham for Selsey Internet Radio, and I'm sitting in a house in West Street in Selsey, and I'm talking to two charming ladies, one called Glenda Baum, who's a pensioner physiotherapist, and the other one's called Ros MacArthur, who's a former dancer and former aerobics instructor. And they're both involved in a wonderful organisation called Fitter Sitters. And apparently this is a class of people lacking in mobility who need to be more mobile, and they come to this class organised by these two wonderful ladies to help them. Tell me how it started, Glenda.
Right, Hugh, it all started about 5 or 6 years ago, but through aquarobics. Now, aquarobics, which is exercise in water to music, is something I invented in the early 90s. But when we moved to Selsey, I was able to convert the pool in our garden and start taking aquarobics classes. But we could only do it in the summer because it's an outdoor pool. And the people that were coming needed to have something to keep them going. So I suggested that we had some dry classes. Now these are people who are not in their first flush of youth, a little bit wobbly, perhaps having had some joint replacements, perhaps a little bit overweight, but wanting to get better, but not able to join in a regular Keep Fit class.
Okay, so you're talking about an age group of what to what? What's your youngest friend?
Youngest friend, they're friends when they come. I would say early 40s or even possibly late 30s, we're not quite sure.
Up to what age?
Up to almost 100. We've had 98.
Struth! God. And they all get fitter?
They do get fitter. It's quite remarkable the difference in people when they come.
And when you say, I mean, the name Fitter Sitter implies you do it all on chairs. Is that true?
Down. Yes.
Yes, except maybe for the last 5 minutes we may do a little bit standing up, but only if you want to. If you feel too wobbly, stay sitting.
So this helps with people with balance problems?
Yes, definitely.
That's why we do the last 5 minutes, really, because it's better for balance. You need to do a little bit standing. So, but yes.
It's quite remarkable. I've seen some ladies come in with their sticks and then walk out forgetting them.
Oh yes, we do get them left behind sometimes.
Yes.
Now, how do they actually get to the class? Do they come by the venture bus?
The venture bus is wonderful, and it brings venture club members. Yes, 1 or 2 buses sometimes coming. But also people come either in their buggies or they drive themselves, and sometimes the drivers bring along some other people as well.
So it's a social event as well?
Oh yes, we have a cup of tea or coffee after the class, time for a natter, most important. Okay.
How long does each class last?
About 50 minutes.
And are they exhausted at that time?
No, of course not. They're nice and relaxed.
Yeah, we usually have a relaxation at the end for a few minutes, so that helps. So people know they're all feeling in a good mood.
Yes, they're in a good mood.
So you do feel in a good mood when you've exercised, and there's a chemical reason for this, and so it really does help people to keep on moving and keep going.
Right. I went to watch one of your classes, and I was absolutely fascinated by it.
You were laughing the whole time, Hugh.
Well, it was funny. The thing that I thought was extraordinary was the huge range of people, because there were people that were thin as rakes, and there were people who were, shall we say, quite obese.
I wouldn't, but you can.
And well, there was one lady who certainly covered the whole chair. So they come for what reasons?
I think, to be honest, now that it's got going, they're coming for the social reasons a
Right.
lot. But they're also coming because they know it's helped them to keep going. Because if you don't use your joints and your muscles, you actually lose the ability, you use the coordination. We're not just actually working bones, joints, muscles, we're actually also working the nervous system, and it's the coordination and, you know, balance in particular. Once you start to hold on to things because you think your balance is bad, then the ability to do your auto response is minimized.
Okay.
So you have to keep doing things or you lose the ability.
So it's true. Use it or lose it.
It's
Absolutely.
absolutely true.
Really true.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, you talk about the classes, and both of you take the classes. Do you both take the classes together?
No. I've been doing it for the last few weeks because, well, you can say why, Robert, but we in the future will be, every second week will be,
Yes.
will be
So you're doing alternate weeks?
Alternate weeks, yes. I've been off because I've just had replacement kneecaps. So
Why did you have a replacement kneecap?
they wore out.
What, doing aerobics classes?
Maybe the dancing.
Probably the dancing.
Yeah.
Remember in those days, you know, it wasn't nice sprung floors and posh
Yeah.
trainers.
Okay.
But it's been perfect for me, helping me get back to recovery. And as soon as I'm better, my knees have recovered, I'll be back on it full time.
Teaching.
So you've been taking Glenda's class then?
I've been joining in. I haven't actually been teaching,
Yeah.
but I've been joining in.
And
For my
have you found it helpful?
Oh, very, yes, very.
Has
So-
it increased your mobility?
Yes, because when you don't move around, everything else stiffens up. It's not just about my knees, it's about my back and my shoulders, everything's stiffened up.
Okay. How did you work out the routine, Glenda?
That's the difference between the two of us. I'm a physio, so I know I have a structure. We both have a vague
Yes.
structure for the class. We want to do a warm-up, an aerobic bit, work muscles, joints, and have, you know, everything. I can't remember long sequences of exercises, so I kind of create to the music, and we have fun music, and we change it fairly regularly.
So you make it up as you go along?
I make it up as I go along, but Ros is more organised in that respect because you explain, Ros.
Well, I do a little bit make it up as I go along, but I also like to do some of the exercises in like a routine, especially certain movements to a certain part of the music, because it helps remember, it helps keep your brain ticking over, and it's fun, and everybody knows and anticipates what's coming next.
So if you were to take a mean average from 40 to 98, what would you think the average age of the people who attend your class is?
Early 70s probably.
Early 70s?
Yes?
Yes, probably, yes.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
actually mid-70s. Mid-70s.
Mid-70s? So, okay. So, and what music do these people like?
Oh, all sorts. I think we get away with everything. I think Glenda's music is very eclectic, isn't it?
Yes, I use sort of Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven at times, selected bits. Relaxation especially is always
Yes,
almost always classical. Otherwise it's anything from Beatles to piano classics. You know, I do like to be beside the seaside. It's very mixed, and I try and change at least some of it every couple
But
of weeks.
it's quite clear that the music's a very important part of this, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I watched the people moving, and they were actually moving in time with the beat.
Yes.
Yes, I think, yes, very important.
So, do they come every week?
They come when they can, but often other commitments like doctor's appointments, grandchildren coming to stay, You know, it's very few people have got 100%. Don't anybody's got 100% attendance.
Hopefully, you know, they'll come as often as they can most weeks.
Right. So, how much does it cost them?
Cost them a £5. But
what does that get them?
That gets them the exercise and a cup of tea or coffee. It's usually coffee and a biscuit and a chat. And
it's all important, isn't it?
It's all
very important. The chat.
I can remember talking to one of the village doctors, and he told me, he said, one of the things that we have to do is talk to our patients, because sometimes we're the only people our patients talk to. And do you find the same?
Yes, exactly
so
that.
These people come out for the exercise and they get benefit from that.
Yeah.
But they also benefit from the social intercourse.
And a lot of them now meet each other at other times, go have coffees together. They form little groups.
So new friendships have been formed.
Yes, lots.
So it's a genuine service to the community.
Yes.
And for people perhaps just moving into Selsey, it's brilliant.
Okay, so is once a week enough?
Ideally, it should be twice a week.
So will you do 2 classes a week?
In the winter, we have done 2 classes. We're working on it for next winter. I think we will, won't we?
Yes, we're trying to. It's sorted all out.
Yes, I think it will be twice a week.
So twice a week in the winter?
In Selsey,
right.
Yes.
Okay. And how do they actually get into the class?
Well,
do they phone you? Do they actually? Do they go and register somewhere, or do they just turn up?
They can just turn up, but we would ask them. I ask everybody for sort of insurance reasons. I need to know, being a physio, a little bit about the medical history, because I don't want them to be doing anything that could damage them.
So do they come and fill a form?
To come the first time, to come early, to come about 20 to 10, quarter to 10, and fill in a form. Okay. Or ring us, and I'm happy for my phone number, and so is Roz, for more information.
Have you talked to local doctors about this?
I don't think I have.
We have put posters up. We haven't actually been along and spoken to the doctors. We probably should. Yeah. I think they treat us like we were selling drugs probably, and would be very busy, because I know there's a lot of pressures for doctors. But we would love to have a referral from the medical centre.
Yeah.
Well, I'm most interested. I'm sort of just about in the same age group as your friends, so I think I'm going to come along and try it out. So I'll see you next Wednesday.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
Thank you, Hugh. We'll see you then.
Bye bye.
Thank you, John. Very interesting interview. And now we all know we don't have to sit down and do nothing. We can sit down and exercise. Great stuff. Now it's time for What's On in Selsey. This week I've managed to find a few things you might find interesting. Let's start off now with a parent and toddler group at the Methodist Church Hall, and that's 1:30 to 3 o'clock each Tuesday, term time only. It's £1 per family. For more information you can ring 01243 782 335. Next up is Selsey Centre, Manor Road, of Fitter Sitters. Obviously we've just heard the interview with the lady that runs it. And it's a seated exercise, and that's on every Tuesday from 10 to 11. And now, every second Tuesday of the month is a fibromyalgia support group, and they meet at 12 o'clock noon at the Fisherman's Joy. And if you'd like more information, you can call Teresa on 01243 670 783. And now, starting as the new school term's gone back, is Snack Shack Youth Drop-In, and they've got a new youth worker starting there to run the sessions, and that's every Monday and Tuesday evenings in term time only, and that's 6 o'clock till 9:30 in the evening, and that's at the Snack Shack warehouse in the High Street. So send some of your youngsters along there so they can have good social time with all their friends. Now, on to something a little further down the line. Saturday the 21st of September is Beach Watch 2013. and that's 3:30 to 5:30, and it's meeting at the East Beach car park in Selsey. They're having a barbecue afterwards at 5:30. They need your help to survey and clean the beach, so all your family, your friends and your colleagues can get involved and make a difference to our local beach. So I hope some of you go down there and help out. And while I remember, the Selsey Christmas lights need putting up again soon, and they're looking for volunteer helpers to take over the running and all of the activities needed to keep that going each year. If you want to find out more, you can pop into the town hall and they will tell you, but they are in urgent need of new volunteers for that. So that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed our podcast. It's a bit shorter than we usually do, but unfortunately a lot of people are on holiday, so it was left down to me to sort it out. Right, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll speak to you again next week. Take care. Goodbye.